It's about 5 o'clock in the evening. It's incredibly busy on the nursery today because everybody's coming in and buying the plants. Everything's coming to flower, into leaf. It's planting season, the sun's out. It's perfect. But I'm very tired, and my favourite thing to do at the end of a busy day is to come into the potting shed and do a bit of seed sowing and a bit of pricking out. So in the last video, we sowed seeds into these trays. And if you didn't see that, it's on YouTube somewhere. And just 10 days later, 12 days later, this is them. This is Cosmos Purity, a beautiful white cosmos. And they've done exactly what they were supposed to do, and they've all germinated, and they're growing, and they're beautiful. And the next step is to prick them out. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to prick these out and transplant them so you get a beautiful plant ready to go in the garden. And it's the perfect tonic for the end of a busy day. So pricking out is a really simple, easy and satisfying job. You only need 3 things. You need compost, and last time we used peat-free seed sowing compost. This is peat-free potting on compost. It's a slightly chunkier compost, so we've got bark in this one, we've got a little bit of grit, and we've also got slow release fertiliser, so it's got more nutrients in there for the plants to get going, because when they're germinating they need very little. They just basically need damp compost to be able to germinate. Now we're going to give them the ingredients that they need to be able to thrive and flourish and grow and flower. So you can buy this from any garden centre. You can mix your own, or you can buy it ready mixed. And all I'm going to do is fill each of these pots. So these are 9cm pots. Because we buy quite a lot of plants in the nursery, we end up with loads of these spare. And actually, if you want any, you'd be very welcome to come down and get them, because we literally have tens of thousands of them, and they're perfect for pricking out. Or you can buy them online or in a garden centre. They're grey. They're technically called taupe, so you can get black plastic pots, but these are made from recycled plastic, and they're also recyclable. So you can't put normal black plastic in your recycling bin at home, but you can put these in there. So it's a really good thing. So we try and grow everything we can in these. All I'm doing is filling it up to the top and levelling it out. I firmed it in a little bit as I go. Not ridiculously, but you just don't want it to sink. The seeds, the plants, are going to be in here for a little while, maybe 3 weeks or so, while they get fully rooted before we plant them out in the garden. So they're going to be in here a little while. So you want to make sure there's enough compost in there for them to survive. 9cm pots are a really good size. They're not going to be too big, there's not going to be too much moisture, but enough compost in there to be able to give them what they need for the next few weeks. So this is probably going to be one of those clever camera trickery things where you don't have to sit and watch me fill up all of these pots, and in a second they'll all just be full. Like, no. Can you do clever editing? It's as easy as that. Now all of our pots are filled with lovely peat-free compost. I'm going to take a tray of seedlings. So they're about 12 to 14 days old now, maybe. They've grown really quickly, and at this time of year everything tends to germinate really well. And these are the perfect size for pricking out. So you want them to have a pair of true leaves, and that's what these are all at now. The slightly tricky but extremely satisfying job is teasing these out as carefully as you possibly can do. So I use a pencil. There are all kinds of clever dibbers and things that you can use, but a pencil works fine. I'm just going to poke it in underneath the plant, like so, and then holding the leaf and not the stem, because if you damage the leaf it will grow more leaves, it won't grow another stem, and they bruise really easily. They're really delicate. So I'm just going to tease it out like that, and inevitably you end up pulling up a few others as well, and then very carefully, there you go. So that is it with its roots and a little bit of compost. Look how many roots it's produced already from that teeny tiny little... I love this. We've created something from nothing. Inside that seed was the genetic information to grow this, and now it'll carry on and grow and flower. It's real life magic. I adore it. All I'm going to do now, and I'll hold one pot up so you can see it, is you can do it with a pencil, or actually you can do it with a finger. Just make a hole inside the pot. Now we have a pot with our hole in it. I'm just going to very carefully, I'm going to use the pencil for this bit as well, lower it in, gently tease the roots in, like so, and I'm burying it ever so slightly deeper than it was in the seed tray, and that'll just help to prevent it getting a little bit too leggy and just firm it up. And then I'm just going to push around it really gently like that, not too much, we don't want to damage it, and it'll sort itself out. And that's it. That is pricking out. It's quite easy, isn't it? What we'll do now is do the whole tray and then leave them well alone for a few weeks, and they'll fully root into this, and then they're ready to plant out in your garden. In 8 to 12 weeks, these will be plants that are flowering, and they're going to give you so much joy, and they've cost pretty much nothing. I'm going to go through. I'm doing a tray of 18 here. Obviously, I have a nursery, so we tend to do them by the 100. So that's not going to be what you do in your garden. But if you are doing something like Cosmos Purity, I do think it's worth doing 18 because they're a brilliant plant. They're going to work fantastically among other plants. If you've got things like panicums and verbenas and Rebeckias and all these lovely summer flowering plants, these are going to complement that just beautifully. The other thing is, obviously, in this tray, because I sowed all the seeds because I'm impatient, I have maybe 200 seedlings in here, so I have the luxury of being picky. So if there's any that are smaller or runtier, then I'm not going to go for those. I'm going to go for the healthiest, most uniform ones to get them off to the best start. And then it's up to you what you do with the others. You could give them to a friend, or what I've done in the past, and I always regret it, is prick out and put on way too many, and then I have way too many plants left for planting out, and then it's quite sad and difficult. You can give them away. So actually, if you do have too many plants and you're not going to need them, this is the best point to be brave and say goodbye to the rest of them. But I'm going to pick 18 nice ones now. You can see already it's becoming a bit messy inside. So once you've started, you've kind of got to keep going, really. There we go, look at that, lovely. Ooh. Look at that one. I'll hold it up to the camera. Look at that. That's 6 inches long. It's not, but look how deep it is. We've actually shot this video before we've put out the first video, which won't make any sense at all, but basically, if you've left a comment on video 1, I won't have seen them yet because the video is not on there for you to comment on. So if you've left a comment on video 1 or this one, then we can answer them in the next video. So if you do have any questions, comments, I just want to say something nice, please don't say anything nasty, then leave a comment and we can have a chat and do this together, because I'm really keen that this becomes a bit of a process that we can all follow throughout the year, and I can talk you through how I would do it and you might do it differently. And that's the beauty of gardening. There are no wrong or right ways to doing it, really. Well, actually, there's definitely wrong ways to do it. That's it. That's 18 plants. If you were to buy these when they're fully rooted from a garden centre, these would be at least £3 or £4 each, probably more, £5. Anyway, that's 75 quid. And I have a lot more if I wanted to do loads of Cosmos Purity. Might as well keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm probably going to do 100 of them. They're brilliant in pots. They're brilliant in the ground. They're a brilliant cut flower. We do love Cosmos. As with before, one of the most important things to do is to label them, because you will forget what they are. They're going to put in the top left-hand side pot, like so. With the seedlings, we water them from below. With these ones, I'm actually going to water them from above. This is my favourite watering can. I'm getting paid nothing for this, but I think everybody should know how brilliant Hawes watering cans are. Hawes watering cans have been making watering cans in the UK for generations. It's just a beautiful thing. There's so many rubbish, flimsy watering cans on the market now. This is more expensive, but it's quality. I've had this for 6 years. It's a bit battered and bruised, but even on a commercial nursery, it just stands the test of time. This is a watering can for life. So if you're going to buy any watering can, this is the one to get. I'm going to go fill this up with water. This isn't becoming a video about watering cans, I promise, but one really important thing is, and whatever your watering can, most people water with the spout paste down like that, and what happens is the water comes straight out. The best way to water is to turn the spout that way around, because then it comes out and it's just a bit more diffused by the time it hits the plants. These I'm just watering from above, like so, giving them a good drink. It's really important you do this straight away, because obviously you've just moved them, they've got very little root on them. You want to try and get them off to the best start possible. Just notice there's a little root poking up there, so I'm just going to reposition that one. So that's that done. As easy as that. And I'm going to spend the rest of my evening pricking out more Cosmos and other plants. And actually, while you're here, these are the other seedlings, so you can see some of them haven't started to germinate yet, but you can sort of see the order in which I've done them. But they're all starting to do stuff now. We've got I have some amazing plants here. This is Papa Lauren's grape. It's my favourite annual. We featured it really heavily in the dog garden at Chelsea last year. My lettuces are coming up. Escoltia, Ivory Castle. See, these need pricking out urgently. You can see if we don't prick them out soon, they're just going to get too big. You can see how important the layer of vermiculite is, and the duvet that it provides them, just that layer of protection, and then they just poke their way up through it. So it does work, and obviously this is a slightly bigger scale, being a nursery. Ooh! Well, first tomatoes up. So I'm going to do some more pricking out for the rest of the evening until my wife tells me we have to go home. How long can I have? It's bring your wife to work day, but she's drinking the Corona in the corner. What she doesn't know yet is she's also going to be doing some pricking out, because she wants tomatoes in her garden at home, so she can help. In the next video, if you'd like me to, I can show you how to do a little bit of propagation. I'm going to plant my potatoes, and really excitingly, we've just created a new garden. I've never had my own proper big garden before, and it's not big, but I built one on the nursery so that I can properly garden, play with combinations and plant them out. Normally I'm doing other people's gardens, I now have my own. So in the next video I can show you that new space as well. In the meantime, I really appreciate you watching, and if you could do the usual stuff like this, comment with what you want to see, and subscribe would be really kind. Thank you.